What's up, everybody? This is Pastor Stephen J. Faithworks Church. But I'm not here today about a message. Yesterday in my hometown of Wilmington, Delaware, Howard High School, a 16-year-old girl was murdered in the girls' bathroom. She got into a fight with another girl and she got jumped, and the details are really unclear as to, all I know is that she got into a fight and she got jumped by two other girls. There's reports that says that she hit her head on the sink. Paramedics were called in. They tried to revive her, flew her to the nearest hospital, where unfortunately she didn't make it. And being from Wilmington, born and raised, my heart just goes out to that little girl's parents, to the principal of that school. The mayor was on the news yesterday and he was crying because, I mean, something like this, you send your kids to school and she doesn't come home. Think about that. She doesn't come home. I don't think anyone could imagine. It's so bad that, hey, my children, send them to school, put them in the hands of teachers, principals, guidance counselors, and they don't come back home ever. I don't think anyone can fathom that. And, you know, a lot of my friends and family were talking about it yesterday on Facebook. And who's to blame? A lot of them say, who's to blame? Well, in essence, we are all to blame. Those girls, those bystanders, those parents, us. And I thought about it yesterday and I said, you know what? These are our kids. My son is going to high school next year. My oldest son graduated 2 years ago. So the children that are in school are our kids. People that grew up with me, were born in the 70s. These are our kids. And what bothers me is we have people, we want to protest Hillary Clinton, we want to protest Donald Trump, we want to protest Bernie Sanders, Kasich, all political figures talking about Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry, Black lives don't matter. It doesn't, because Black lives don't matter to Black people. We've desensitized our children. Think about it. I can't scroll down Facebook on any day without seeing a video of kids, mostly Black. I'm not saying that it's only Black people, because there's videos out there with Spanish kids, white kids, Asian kids getting in fights. But the most of it is our Black children fighting. And what do you hear in those videos? World Star. There's another saying that they say now as well. And that's the problem. Let's get it on. Let's be the first to upload it to Facebook. Let's be the first to put it on Twitter. Let's be the first to put it on World Star Hip Hop. Let's be the first to put it on YouTube. Versus intervening because it's wrong. Black lives don't matter until it matters to black people. That's just it. And I thought about it like, where did we go wrong? What happened to us? That's what I'm referring to. Oh, it's maybe because they were in a single parent home. No. My mother was a single parent. I didn't know my father, meet him until I was 19. But my grandmother pushed my mother and said that you gotta be better. The system is rigged. That's why you gotta work 2 times as hard. But you gotta be better. You can't be like me. They would not allow you to sit in mediocrity. But my grandmother pushed my mother. My mother didn't graduate from high school. She had to get out of school to help pay bills in South Carolina. But she pushed my mother, said, you don't sit and work. My mother was the type of mother that, guess what? I remember her being down on her luck. And she had to get on welfare. But as soon as she got off of welfare, because that's what the system was for, it was for people who are down on their luck. Same thing as the projects. It was for people who are down on their luck, needed help with their bills, food, and after you got back on your feet, you got off the system. But the problem is you got people that got on the system and never got off. The project was supposed to be a temporary thing. You'd be there the longest 3 to 6 months, possibly a year. How do I know this? I met some old gentlemen in the barbershop a while ago, and they were talking about when they came up with the design of the projects and what it was designed for. But now you got 4, 5, 6 generations that grow up in the project. Where did we go wrong? Because my grandmother pushed my mother. My mother pushed me and says, you got to be better. You got to do better. You're not staying with me when you're a grown man. Get out there. If you don't want to go to school, get out there and get a job and you work. Don't go out there stealing. We had to be better. We didn't go in public showing off this, that, and the other. We had to be better. We had to get out there and work. We had to get out there. She pushed us to do our homework. She pushed us to get good grades. She pushed us because she wanted to see us do better than what she did. And you would think that that same type of encouragement, some parents are rougher than the others, but you would think that same encouragement would be the same for us to do to our kids. Oh no, you gotta work harder. No, that's unacceptable that you got a D. What do you need? My children, they come home with D's. Oh no, we working on this. And if I can't get them, all right, let's see what we got to do to get a tutor so you can get it. What part of this is that you don't understand so I can understand what you don't understand and so I can help you. But our children today are desensitized to violence. You gotta blame video games because what's that one game? Grand Theft Auto, where it looks so real that you can run and just shoot a guy, and you desensitize kids. Let's post a fight on video because it's no longer wrong, but it looks fun. Black lives don't matter until it matters to black people. We've got to do better. We are better. We are better. We got to take our children back and say, I refuse to allow you to become a statistics. I refuse to allow you to succumb to what society. We've allowed society to acclimate our kids. My mother refused to allow me to become acclimated with what society says is right. She brought me up with morals of right and wrong and what I should do. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Respecting other people's property. Respecting my elders. Respecting my teachers. Respecting our political leaders and our pastors and our preachers and everything. She raised me up. Nowadays, kids don't do that because for some reason our generation said we don't need that. And look at where we're at. Black lives don't matter until it matters to us. Don't just march when a black man is killed by the police and we say he's unarmed, and then we want to march around the city and then we want to put on Trayvon Martin t-shirts. We want to put on Michael Brown t-shirts. Michael Brown just robbed the store before that. Did he deserve his eye? No. But we want to use that as a banner and rallying cry. Oh, Black Lives Matter. The white man this, that, and the white man that, and the other this, that, and the other. We want to wave that flag to try to get stuff stirred up. But yet, when stuff like this happens, when a black person kills another black person, especially senseless, not in self-defense, but senseless like this, I don't see Black Lives Matter. I don't see the march. I don't see the t-shirt. I don't see the cries like enough is enough. You see a little outrage for an hour and that's it. I don't see anyone saying, let's talk to these kids. What's wrong? Why do you feel the way that you feel? Don't you realize they become desensitized to it, that they don't care? And think about this. Just popped in my head. Remember Bloody Sunday with Dr. King, the civil rights movement? Y'all know it. Dr. King called on the hearts of humanity, of all the preachers in the state. He's like, you know this is wrong. I'm paraphrasing. You know what just happened last week? Bloody Sunday was wrong. I'm calling on your humanity and asking you to come march with us. Thousands of people from all across the country came. White, black, Hispanic, Jewish, whatever. And they marched with Dr. King. And they said enough is enough. He called on their heart and pulled on their heart. And that cry said, you know what? If you look at it, think about the racism back in the 60s and before that. Even sometimes, even today. White America was desensitized. They see a black man lynched, didn't faze them at all. Because that's was the culture. They were desensitized. And I remember something from the movie, I think it was Jackie Robinson, his movie, and I think it was Jackie Robinson movie, and the owner told him, was like, you know, you're gonna hear this, you're gonna hear that, but you can't respond. We need to win their compassion. So for all the games, they called him the N-word, they called him that, and you know, people sat there, didn't say anything. They were desensitized to it. But as time grew on, they saw him taking a stand and still playing baseball. And then eventually, he started to win them over, where they started saying, hey, cut that out. He's just trying to play baseball. Let him live. Let him play. Our kids today are desensitized because we don't respect each other. We don't respect each other like we should. So therefore, if I beat you up and you're hurt, I don't care. I'm desensitized to it. Black lives don't matter until it matters to black people. But guess what? Even through all of this tragedy, I still believe that there is hope. I still believe that we can turn it around. First of all, the key is Jesus Christ. I encourage you to find a Bible-believing church so we can win back our children. Yeah, it's going to be hard, but guess what? It's worth it. I'm sorry that this thing is 15 minutes, but I had this in me that I just had to speak out and I had to post because I'm so passionate about it. There is still hope. We're better than this. We are better than this. All lives matter. All lives matter. So let me just end it with that. All lives. Let's save our children. Oh my God, let's do it. Thank you for listening. God bless. This is Pastor Stephen J., Faithworks Church in Apopka, Florida. Have a blessed day. Matter of fact, I pray that anyone listening to this video, search your heart, search yourself. And Father God, I ask you right now to just reacclimate them to what you're teaching, God, you're leading. Let them find you, God. Let them hear your voice, God. Lead and guide them in the way that they should go, God. In the mighty name of Jesus, God. Salvation is simple. Romans 8:9 says that if you confess with your mouth and believe in your heart, you are saved. You believe that God raised Jesus from the dead. It's that simple. And I guarantee you, he opened up your heart for Jesus Christ, he will come and save you. That's it. It's no ritualistic thing you got to turn around or anything like that. That's it. God bless. And if you repeated that, welcome to the kingdom.